So I'm standing out in front of my 2024 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD High Country Edition. Now, some may call this the Midnight Black Edition as well. With that being said is I've done about, I don't know, 12, I would say about a dozen different mods on it. And so I want to tell you my top 5 mods and the mods I wouldn't do again. I'm going to rank each one. I'm going to tell you the cost on each one and tell you whether they're worth it or not. Let's get started. All right, stand on the back side of my truck because the first thing I did, my very first video on this Duramax was for this WorkSport AL4 cover. This thing has ceramic coating top. I'll tell you what, I would do this mod again as my first mod for a reason. So with that being said, as I think it's price fair, I do have a discount code for this company, but I'll tell you what, I've had it on my truck for over a year now. It's a great cover. They have a new one out that I think has a easier way to latch it. But anyway, it's been a great top. It's held up very well, keeps my truck dry, and I would recommend it again. My tow mirror, not the whole tow mirror, but this outside right here, the person who owned this truck before me, I think took it through a car wash, got it scratched or something. So I ordered this paint matched, I'm not sure they call it cow cover or something like that. I'll drop a link for all this stuff down below. But I ordered this from boostauto, and why I did that, I noticed they had these as well. So this comes in a paint match. And then I also like the option, you could go sequential. And my ideal for this truck was to try to go to all amber look. Those lights on top are amber, so I wanted this to be amber. And stay tuned because another module has to do with amber as well. This is very reasonable price. It's painted, it looks like factory. I mean, this thing just looks great. Buy this how you want it, but I went with a sequential just because I wanted the amber on it. And really, it's not that expensive, couple $100. And then why I did that, I mean, I do recommend if you're going to do that, you got to tear it apart anyway. Consider doing something different than light. I decided to go with the paint match, but there's tons of options out there, and each of those kind of affects the price point. So that's really kind of up to you and what you want to do with your truck. I'm going to call this the third, and what this is, it's the factory headlights, right? They come LED from Chevrolet, but I did what you call the boostauto amber override. So you know, it has a startup sequence, but as I'm driving down the road, this right here is all amber. That was a super easy install. Basically, all I did is lift back my liner here and did a plug and play option with those guys, but you have the option to do a switch to turn that on or off as you want. I get a lot of guys asking me, says, hey, how do you keep your DRLs amber? And honestly, it's just the module. There's nothing inside you can do. You have to order it from boostauto. I'll drop a link down below, but I would definitely do that one again. That one just kind of helps my truck stand apart from, like, there's my neighbors right there. Yeah, he just moved in, has the same truck almost. And anyway, I think it does help separate I do have something else coming for the side of the truck that's going to be amber as well, so stay tuned for that. Right here, so if you look at my my sliding window there, right below and above it, if you can't notice, it matches the windows, okay? Those are originally like a rough plastic, if you will. And that was one of the easiest installs I did. They were like, I don't want to say like 25 bucks. I'll put the price up here. But it's a super easy install from a company called RTG Off-Road. I mean, to me, it's like a $25 part. And it's the details. It makes a difference. I would definitely do it. To me, that's probably going to be one of the first things I do because it's so easy and so cheap. I noticed they have different lights that go down here, so that'd be my fifth mod. This at nighttime shines down, and then you actually get the High Country logo on it, but they'll customize that to say any logo you want. That was a very inexpensive mod, and it's simply just you take a screwdriver, pop that in, unplug it, plug it back in, pop it back in. Super cheap. It's a company called F and Fast. Now I bought these screw covers for them. Very inexpensive, great guy to work with. And then obviously I picked this up from Amazon as well. I just think that adds on a little bit to it. And then I do want to call this out. This is a Wolfbox product. So, you know, I have a multi-pro tailgate. A lot of people don't think I need that, but I actually use this more than I use that. I step on this, then reach there, grab that handle, and I'm back my truck easier than I think even the multi-pro tailgate. So if your truck doesn't have the multi-pro tailgate, I highly recommend that Wolfbox. If you do have the multi-pro, I think it's the easier option. Now, the next thing is I'll just stand back here and show you my wheels there. I picked these Fuel Twitch wheels up from American Trucks. They have a -18 offset. The factory wheels were actually a positive offset, so it tucked down inside. Believe it or not, these Toyo tires were actually on my truck already. These wheels just allow them to stand out and give it a little bit better stance. Those are 35 by 1250 tires. I'm super happy with the finish on the, it's a matte black. Super happy with how that turned out. They handle pretty good. They're not good in the rain. I don't think they're great in the rain. So when I go to buy tires, it probably will be a different tire. Guys, I'm down here by my wheel because I do want to talk about these Ready Lift upper control arms. I bought these because I have a plan in the future to lift this truck up. There's an option to do a spindle adjustment where you can lift it up 2 inches without having to change much. And with that being said, is I thought about just going changing the upper control arms and then doing that lift later. But I was shocked to know how well these actually improve my ride in my truck. And if it's something you're considering doing, I'd say go ahead and do it. It's really not that difficult to install. It took maybe 3-4 hours, and it does make a big difference in the ride. And it will work up to a lift up to 3 inches. So with that being said, I would recommend it. However, if you do this, you will need to do a realignment. So one of the most asked questions I get is, what kind of window visors do you have on your truck? I've got them on both trucks, my Ford F-150 and the Silverado. And what it is, it's Husky's liners, what they call low profile exterior window visor. And I'll drop a link down for everything in below. But follow my instructions, because I've seen these on trucks that not look very good, and that's because they leave a gap up here. And in my video, I'll show you how to avoid that gap. But most definitely, I think this makes your ride look much better. And plus, it's got a great use. You're driving down the road. If it's raining out, you can crack your window, get some fresh air, all those things. It's just a very simple mod ad. My next mod, you've not even seen the video probably on that one yet. Still working on it, but it's this third brake light. When I did the video on this part, that piece, it went viral on YouTube, about 100,000 views. And about 100 guys, if not more, said, hey, you need to change that third brake light, it's faded. I don't think it's faded, I'll show you. I think it's just a color that GM provides, but it didn't look good. I agree with them 100%. So I picked that up from a company called AutoTech LED. I do have an install video, I'll be posting on that soon. But super happy how that turned out. I think it looks great. It does provide a good backup light at night too. The third brake light, let's talk about that for a minute. That is a pain to install. I mean, I had to tear out the whole back of this truck, pretty much. The headliner had to come down. Every nook and cranny inside the header had to come down. Then you have, I think it's 8 bolts that you have to remove from the inside of the truck, and then 4 screws. Then from the outside, you have to pull that spoiler off. While you're doing all this, you're trying not to break any of the plastic fasteners. I mean, I guess what I'm telling you is, if I was to do it again, I may have just tinted the factory light. I'm not sure. I do like the light I put in, but I think there's cheaper options that are less headache. I would probably tell you to tint the light. That I almost missed, and honestly, this should probably be, I don't know, middle of the pack, but it took forever to get them in. But if you see, I got carpet inserts. And these are actually a GM product. These are Chevrolet, and they're very affordable, I should say. The factory high country ones I came with were all plastic rubber, and you know, when I bought this truck, I actually looked at tons of vehicles, GMC Ultimates, Denali's, AT4s, AT4Xs. I drove F250 Super Duty Platinum. Anyway, The one thing that bothered me is this truck had plastic floor mats or rubber floor mats, and the other ones had carpet. So I went with that option and was very happy I did. That's probably just a TJ thing, but I've had probably, I know my kids getting here when I added them, they're like, wow, Dad, this looks way better. So I do believe I would add the floor mats as well. There is an exhaust on this truck, which the previous owner bought on it. I would highly recommend against it. It's got rust. It's like, you know, this truck's a 24. I bought it early in 25. It couldn't have been a year old. And the guy must have wanted to upgrade the exhaust, and he didn't. The pipes on it's rusted. The tip on it just doesn't look good at all. I'm going to try to find a different solution. I actually just like the factory exhaust better than this from what I've seen. So I would not touch that if I were you. Oh, I forgot a very important mod. My windshield's tinted. I can't remember. That wasn't the first thing I did. Definitely the WorkSports was the first thing I did. But that may have been second or third. I'm not sure. I would probably do that second or third again. I love the way it looks. It doesn't affect my driving at night. I did go with the ceramic tint, which I do think makes a difference when you see. All right, for future mods, guys, there's a lot of different things I've been contemplating. So first off, you know, lift kit. So, you know, this truck sits high. I'm almost as high as my Ford F-150 now, without a lift on it. So when I first got it, I didn't think I'd get any lift kit at all. And now I'm considering maybe a 2 or 3 inch lift kit on it. I don't want to go overboard because it's a daily driver. But if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. You know, there's all those blocks, and you know, I'm not a fan of a lot of the rough country lifts out there. Just be truthful to you. I've just seen them hit too rusty, too rough, too quick. But you know, that's one thing I'm looking at. There's a couple different brands out there. I'm super happy with the Ready Lift, upper control arms. I'm a fan of McCoy's out there, and of course I have an FTS in my Ford right now, which has been a pretty good lift for me. So those are some options. You know, I'm a huge fan of this WorkSports. One of those things I recommend doing as a first mod. With that being said, is WorkSports does have a new, what they call a Nexus cover. What it is just something, you know, I showed earlier in my video, but you know, you just take this thing and you don't even have to latch it. It just latches itself. And that might be something I do down the road. These tail lights, you know, I like the factory lights. See how it's kind of like black here already? I like that, but that's too much red. So I don't know if I'm going to tint these or replace them. And then the plastic. So these plastic steps here, this plastic knob here, that's something I definitely considering. The fenders, maybe painting the fenders. And guys, I have to tell you, I'm not a fan of these GM steps. So if you could see here, right off the bat, it's like it's already showing paint and so on. So those are some things you may see me do down the road. And then my next question, or next mod I'm considering, where I need an answer from you guys on, do I need more stance? If so, should I use spacers? Or do I go for wider tires next time? You know, on the front here too, I'm a big fan of what they call the Vader Black, or Vader Chrome I should say, the grille. But should I make those black? This is just regular chrome here. Should I make that gloss black? On the side here where it says Duramax and chrome, I'm thinking about making that gloss black to kind of match the gloss black badging. And then once I do that, I'll have chrome inside here a little bit and some carbon fiber as well. So I guess what I'm telling you, stay tuned to the channel because I got plenty of stuff I'm going to be working on with the Duramax. If this video is helpful to you, please hit the like button. If you've not done so, subscribe. I'm doing this content all the time. And if you want to watch another video similar to this that you'll enjoy, hit the button up there. Y'all have an awesome day.